Study it. Catch 'em. Item 7. Detectives Buckle and Rue in Washington continued their mission at the infamous Murray's Wonderland to be rejoined later in the a.m. by Lieutenant Hunter. Now, it is necessary for me to mention that since this operation began, certain peculiar items have surfaced about these premises. For example, this all-leather, metal-studded headpiece. Considerable open-minded speculation is not headgear for showering. And this correctional device is not a non-toxic, non-polluting roach killer. Although I admit several of our roaches have been naughty of late. And this illustrated autobiography of 8mm film great Angela Anxious, entitled "It Hurts, but I Love It." On the city library's list of recommended reading. I asked the guilty party of parties disseminating these souvenirs to cease or risk having his or her mind washed out with soap by yours truly upstairs. Item 8 is an update on Officer Michael Perez. I'm afraid no visitors being allowed at this point. The address is posted upstairs. I'm sure we can all spare a few seconds to drop a card or a note. They were all hereby apprised of 2 funds. One for the Perez family, as you know they were feeling the pinch pride of this situation, and the other to aid Mrs. Doris Robeson with funeral expenses for her son. Officer Schnitz is taking the donations. Item last. Well, it's one more day till the election. It's been my personal observation that the topic has been a source of heated hallway debate. Now, debate is healthy, but let's keep it amiable. Let's give our fellow grown-ups a chance to make an uncoerced, well-thought-out decision. Okay, that's it. Let's roll. And let's be very careful out there.
I think I'll go by and see Maria, just to let her know we're thinking about Mike. Say, Leo, you got change for 20? 10 each, please. Thank you. Give me the classified
There's a murder.
No, I gotta find the car.
When's he checking you out?
This afternoon. What's the idiot grin for?
You're not making excuses to see your squeeze, are you, Luce?
I don't have to make excuses. We have a date tonight. Yeah. And the sergeant threw this away for a reason.
I was going to throw it back.
Mm-hmm. Sure you would. How can she do that?
Tongue depressors.
We have a 911. Armed robbery in progress. See surplus store, corner Peebles Drive, 124th Street.
Will you take care of this, please?
It's not unusual. New candidates generate new interest.
Ray? Morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Whitcamp would like to use the computer facilities for a few minutes, if it's all right with you.
Yeah, I need the phone link with division.
Go right ahead. Well, Raymond, gonna watch the debate?
Yes, Chief.
Ray, I'm sorry about our harsh words the other day. I know you've got a shopping list.
It is not a shopping list.
A legitimate agenda, then. Things you want for your constituency.
My people, Chief. I am not running for office.
Your people, then. Ray, what I'm trying to say is I'll listen. I just can't give you specifics at this time. What I can offer you is a ride to the debate in my limo.
Limo?
I'm taking my best campaigners by chauffeured limousine. When we're there, I want you in the front row. I need to know you're on the team, Ray.
I'm sorry, Chief. I can no longer promise that.
Then I may have to break a promise of my own.
If that cost me my captaincy, so be it.
So Ozzie Cleveland got to you, didn't he?
No one got to me. Not Cleveland, not you. I just have to think. Give my seat to someone else.
Chief, I think you should be in on the status session with Deputy Chief Mahoney about the Robson shooting.
I'm a little rushed for time this morning, Frank. You and Dennis handle it. Well?
Cleveland's up. 3 points in Winchester, 5 points in Eastlake, 3 points in the River District, and that's to the black community.
Let me see that. Unbelievable. It's a horse race.
I mean, he isn't really even organized yet. My hunch is, people just like the guy.
Morning, Chief. Frank?
Don't ever run for office, Dennis. I'm an isolated man locked inside an electronic Tower of Babel.
We're holding the fort, Chief. Let's go, Frank. There's definitely enough to hold this Robson woman for the grand jury. Don't you think so, Frank?
No, I don't.
I think they'll dismiss. I think they should. Well, even if they do, we got the word out on that woman. We got the story out. That child was left alone.
Whom are you trying to convince, Dennis?
I took the heat off this department and off Fletcher Daniels. I did what had to be done.
Why are you telling me?
Because I know I'm right. I know that's what he wanted to do.
You're probably close there. I think he wanted it done.
Can I help you?
I know where somebody is.
Who?
Yeah, well, I gotta be sure of some things first. Don't arrest me. Arrest me and I don't tell you anything. And I want a methadone program. Today, right now. You promise me or I don't say anything.
What's your name, miss?
Desiree. Desiree Handel.
It's like this, Desiree. Unless you give us some idea about who this somebody is, we can't do anything.
The Emily Post Bandit. You talk about him on TV?
You tell us where we can find him. I'll see you getting him programmed.
Today. No screwing around. And I want a lawyer to make sure you guys do like you promise.
That too.
He's a junkie. He has to get high this afternoon, so he's doing a bank this morning.
What's his name? What bank? Take him down, please.
Nicky Kasner. It's at a bank on Jefferson.
It's 4 on Jefferson. Which one?
I don't know. One he did before. Hey, where's my lawyer?
4 units to Jefferson.
Please. This guy. Some prior relationship to you?
Stinks, that's all. I'm through. Can only take so much.
Hey, I give you a 5, you give me change for a 1. What's that?
All right. Lighten up.
Don't you feed this guy?
I've been watching you, kid. You got a real flair for this type of work. You ever think of quitting the cops?
No.
Too bad. You can make a buck in this racket. I could teach you the business.
Not interested.
Hey, wait a minute. Tell me something. What's the worst pain in the world? What's the absolute worst thing a human being can be made to suffer?
I don't know, Murray. Torture.
Loneliness. Murray's combats loneliness.
So do churches, Murray. So do ball games. So do libraries and social clubs.
And so does Murray's. Granted, Murray's takes a slightly different angle, but,
Excuse me, where's Murray's Animal Kingdom?
renamed to Murray's World of Alternative Lifestyles, 3rd floor. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones with a wife and kids to go home to. A lot of people got nothing. They go to a little room every night, eat a frozen dinner, and watch TV. All the while, they're crying inside for somebody to love them. Me, I tried to give them something to hold on to in the dark.
Murray, I gotta tell you, that's very poetic. I don't know, maybe you're an all right guy. But what you got here, Murray, this ain't right.
Kid, to each his own. Taste. Murray wants everybody to be happy, irregardless of what that involves. It's a wonderful world.
Quincy gonna know. He can read my eyes. He knows when I'm scared.
Hey, look. Maybe he's got you believing that, but it ain't true. Now, it's gonna work. We're gonna bust that sucker clean. Hey, look. She's just a little hanky, babe.
Oh, yeah, sure. Come on, let's get her downstairs for some air. Hey, haven't you ever heard the Hill Street battle cry? Never fear, JD's here.
Seems pretty copacetic to me.
Just watch you driving, Robert. I'm perfectly capable of scoping this situation out by myself.
Excuse me, Sherlock.
Take a ride here, go by First Citizens. Looks like we're going to spend this entire day just driving around in a car doing nothing.
Since when did that matter to you?
What's this here?
Jefferson pursuing robbery suspect on.
Hey, come on, Uncle. Uncle, don't
Let me go!
hurt me.
Don't worry, partner. I got it.
I said get up on your feet right now. Come on. Put your hands behind your back. Spread your legs.
Oh, Lord, I'm green.
Yo, one Emily Post robber.
Hill and Renko, collar of the day.
Yeah. And one pile of hold-up money. Leo, be careful with it.
Booby-trapped, huh? How come it's all over Renko instead of him?
As you mind your beeswax, Leo. Let's book him.
Whoa! My goodness, you're greener today. You're using too much fertilizer, Andy. I'm telling you.
What you laughing about?
Who, me? I'm not laughing.
I need someone to take a customer over the county for methadone treatment.
We're going anyway.
She told you, didn't she?
I have not got the slightest idea who you're talking about, Bud.
Di got me first time, too, man. Sniff it when it's wet, you get a little high.
Is that so? Perhaps you could enlighten me and tell me how I can get this dye off of me.
Turpentine.
Turpentine.
It's primo, man.
Excuse me, I got to go and take care of this now.
Let's do some fingerprints.
Yes! We did something like that on LARP in the Delta. Match the sunlight coming through
Let's
the
walk
golden
behind
beard.
there, put your toes on the line and face forward. Let's go.
Hey, you work your side of the fence, I work mine. Just dig it. No reason for everybody to hate everybody.
As long as you get your junk, right, Nick?
Hey, I'm not asking for the state of Montana.
He's been advised?
Yep.
Emily Post Bandit. Say something polite, Nicky.
Come on, give me a break.
Had a heck of a run.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't mean to make you guys look like jerks. Look, I was telling the arresting officer, my problem is I'm gonna need to get fixed pretty soon.
Federated Bank on 25th Street, Nicky, October 21st.
That girlfriend of mine, can you believe that? I mean, well, wasn't it for her she goes and do something like that?
How about the Certified National Bank on Utica, October 10th? You know anything about that?
I'm gonna need to get fixed, man.
You don't know anything about the Certified National Bank.
Look, Officer Detective, you got the pictures, you figure it out. I mean, what am I gonna do, lie to you? I got a $700 a day habit, and I support her, too.
By robbery?
No, by selling pencils. Hey, I never harmed anybody, right? I mean, hell, I would walk in and I'd be so nice, people couldn't give me enough of their money. There was this one time this broad was so happy I wasn't gonna shoot her. She reached into the other drawer and she gave me that money too. Can you believe that? I told Desiree about it. We got high, and she sat in the car and watched me do a liquor store.
What liquor store?
It's true what they say about love, man. It stinks.
What liquor store?
Hey, look, Detective, I'm obviously talking here, so give me a little rhythm, right? I'm gonna need to get fixed next few hours, all right?
Put him on the bus.
Hey, Detective, I mean, so you had a bad morning. I can relate to that. I mean, look at the morning I've had.
Sorry, I'm not gonna fix you, Nicky.
Excuse me, Mr. Post. I have tried industrial dye, and I have tried turpentine, and
You gotta use pumice stone with turpentine.
I don't think you get the idea. You see, apparently this dye has gone through my uniform and discolored certain portions of my underneath. Now, if you could find something that might be a little milder on me, a little less...
Hey, you know, maybe there is. But I just don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
You better start thinking.
Are you out of your mind, Rico?
Start thinking what it is. Look at me, man. Look at me.
Nicky, I'm sorry.
You said you loved me, and now you go do something like this.
I do love you, Nicky. I'm sick. You left me. You left me too long. You were playing with me.
I loved you, and now you go do something like this.
My client was promised that she'd be taken to county right away.
Have the coffee, babe.
I was sick. You left me too, Daddy.
All right.
Well, she's on demand.
Hey, can you do something about her disposition?
Shut up, Joe. Where's Desiree?
They're gonna keep her here. She has an abscess or something.
I'll see you tonight.
Hey, where are you taking her? I mean, does this guy spring or what?
Shut up, Joe.
I'll submit a list for your approval.
He's nice.
So you like him, huh?
What did I just say? Do me a favor, button this up. Ah, gotcha.
And so, based on evidence before the court, Your Honor, the people believe there is enough to warrant holding Miss Robson for the grand jury.
District Attorney, 3 days ago I recall telling you that when we got to the particulars of this case, you better show me something of substance. What you've presented here leads me to conclude that your prosecution of this woman is nothing more than an attempt to protect this city from a potentially expensive civil action. Sir, I find that outrageous. I am appalled. Defendant, please rise. Charge of felony child endangerment. Dismissed. Charge of child abandonment. Dismissed.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, Your Honor.
As for the individuals in the police department and DA's office involved in this action, I regret I'm not empowered to sentence you to a little humanity. Recess 10 minutes.
Tell me where we... Could you hold the elevator, please?
There'll be a lot of press outside. If you like, we can try and go around.
Doesn't matter.
Doris, there's nothing preventing your bringing suit against the city. And there's every reason at this point to say you should.
You be my lawyer?
I'm afraid I'm not allowed. But I'll give you the names of some very good people.
If they don't pan out, I'll give you a few myself.
Hey, how you doing? Huh? Come here. Yeah, you look like you're doing good.
I'm fine.
That's swell. Take it easy, okay?
Quincy's taking his time. She's getting ready to climb into a basket.
Excuse me, Murray?
Upstairs, 3rd floor.
No, he's not in his office. That's all right. I'll find him. Thanks.
Who's that? No. Man, this is too good. Oh. Al! Hey! Al!
John, how nice to see you.
You look great.
You look great yourself.
So, been keeping busy?
I think you know that I was suspended from law practice for 6 months.
Yeah. I heard.
John, it was a blessing.
Hey, that's great.
I'd never been so depressed in my whole life. I was actually contemplating suicide. And then with the help of a tremendously sensitive and caring therapist, I began to rethink the fundamental assumptions of my life.
No kidding.
You see, my therapist told me I had to go back to my early childhood, act out my gender confusion so I can redefine my masculinity.
In a dress.
This is not a flirtation with the gay lifestyle, John. I want to stress that.
Oh, hey.
Okay?
Sure.
No. My therapist says this is just a phase. We have to crawl before we can walk.
Your therapist work here?
No, I'm here on business. The owner's a client.
Murray?
Yeah, you guys have put him in a rather ticklish situation. He wants a little help in the legal rapids.
Gotta go, hey. Great seeing you.
Oh, it's great seeing you, Tom. Look, I'm back in circulation if you need an attorney.
Top of my list, Al, huh?
You don't open this. You don't even talk. Bus get there, he be waiting. Got that?
Police! Suckers! Don't move! Jay! Bring him, Neil! Move! Move! Come on!
The other way, Mick!
You ain't going nowhere. Murray, get down! Get down!
Neil!
I'm okay. Backups are on the way.
Keep him on the floor. Come, Neil.
Come on! Come on! Good.
It's gonna be okay. Ambulance is on its way.
It's gonna cost me.
Crews are all set up. Now, I think you can safely say it has a street value of $2.5 million.
What?
What's the problem, Detective?
It's just a kilo, Chief. Step on it 5 times and it's still only worth $500,000.
Damn it, somebody give me a number. I'd say $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll begin with the statement. Operation Pitbull has today netted spectacular results. We've broken a major drug ring and netted a quantity of heroin with an estimated street value of well in excess of $1.25 million. I'd like to specifically commend the work of Detective Sergeant Neil Washington, under whose leadership Operation Pitbull racked up such impressive returns. Truly one of this department's and this city's finest.
Shake hands again.
Chief Daniels, at the timing of...
You and me were there, weren't we? Must have been exciting.
How long was the operation in? What's the word on the death of Murray Capital?
You're gonna
Hey, how nice to see you.
Chief, how about kissing the baby, Chief?
Oh, surely. Oh, come on. I remember how to do this. Little fella.
Excuse me, please. Oh, what's your name, ma'am?
Faye Farillo, and this is Catherine Elizabeth Farillo. Are you Captain Farillo's wife? Oh, no, we've been divorced for some time. She weighed 7 pounds, 7 ounces soaking wet, and she's healthy as a horse.
She's beautiful.
Thank you.
Who's the lucky father?
Judge Paul Grogan.
Secret marriage?
I'm a single mother. I'm proud of it.
Faye, I'm running a little late.
Chief, what's your position on city aid to unwed mothers?
Well, certainly we support the notion of motherhood. Faye, I'm running a little late.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something, mister. This city's position on aid to single mothers stinks. I mean, have you any idea what an unwed mother has to go through? With the frustration of being shunted from one agency to the other like meat in a sausage factory? I think it's time that somebody paid some attention.
Faye, not now, please.
When, then? I mean, when is this city going to come out of the Dark Ages? And when are we going to get an enlightened administration willing to come out for simple human rights for all women, single or otherwise?
Faye, these are substantive questions which I intend to address. Unfortunately, the time allotted to candidates rarely permits a personal reply. Excuse me.
Chief, how large was this narcotics ring? What's the word on the death of Murray Kaplan, the owner?
Whoa, you look like a boiled lobster, son.
Bobby, I have mutilated myself. I have removed most of the skin from my southern half.
Is it still green?
No, it's sort of like bright red now. I'm never going to be the same man again.
Well, come on, I'll race you to the car.
Our work isn't often neat. Sometimes people get hurt.
Will you excuse me, sir, please?
In a minute. I want to mend the fence with you. If the chief gets elected, there's a good chance you'll be calling me boss.
No, sir.
What? Sorry,
If you become chief, that's when I start looking for a new job.
Now, hold on.
Now, please listen to me, sir. I've seen the way you've tried to hurt people up here, and I'll tell you the truth. I'd rather work for the guy who ran that sleaze joint, and I already turned that job down. Now, please, excuse me, sir.
My figures indicate completed pavilion will pump $25 million into our local economy.
Giving points for slick, Howard?
The current budget overruns more.
Carriage and grooming, Henry, the facts of electronic life.
By no later this time next year.
Commander Cleveland?
I'm afraid I'm not up to date on the figures concerning the pavilion. Sorry, I didn't have time. If it brings jobs, I'm for it.
Pretty vague. Is from Kurt Robertson of the Herald. May we have your reactions to the shooting of 5-year-old Jimmy Robson by a police officer? Specifically to the department's handling of the officer involved and to the bringing of charges against the dead boy's mother.
Certainly. The internal affairs investigation of Officer Perez is ongoing. Their findings are due within the week. Pending those, any comment by me would be premature. As for the charges against Mrs. Robson, I would like to read a copy of a letter for the record sent to Judge Oberman's Superior Court yesterday morning. Dear sir, occupied as I have been with the current campaign, I've had to delegate many day-to-day responsibilities of the department. Without second-guessing the judgment of those who brought them, please note that the pursuance of the charges against Mrs. Doris Robson occurred without my prior knowledge or consent. I personally abhor this action and hope this will be a factor in your deliberations. The city of which I would like to be mayor would not bring charges against a Doris Robson. Sincerely, Fletcher Daniels.
Did you or did you not, before the debate, ask me not to politicize the Robson shooting?
A tragedy of this magnitude transcends political
Did you or did you not apprise me of that letter before now?
I didn't see it as necessarily germane to
what purpose does making that letter public serve you now?
On an issue as sensitive as this, the public has the right to know
I
how
saw you at the Hill Street station when the decision was made to pursue that charge, Chief Daniels.
Just a minute, Ozzy. Are you calling me a liar?
Call it what you like. It's clear. You let loose a hatchet man, and now you want to disavow any responsibility. You want it both ways.
That is patently untrue.
You didn't keep your word, Fletcher. A woman lost her son. A policeman's life and career are irretrievably damaged. And the public deserves better from us than pious, self-serving rationalization at the expense of innocent lives.
I have no quarrel with that. I was trying to indicate my position.
I don't have to give Cleveland that round on points.
That was no decision, Howard. That was a knockout.
It is the decision of this court that Mr. Donald Quincy be detained without bail. Return date in Superior Court will be in 1 week. Bailiff.
Docket number 1999436, Nicholas Kasner, 22 counts of 1605, robbery in the first degree. Mr. Kasner is allegedly the Emily Post robber, Your Honor.
If you're thinking murder, too, on Quincy and Masters, you're whistling downwind. See, you want to get him to cop to a manslaughter, simple possession, you'll get the same 8 to 10 they're going to serve anyway.
Case is on for bail setting. Defendant is indigent. Representation by public defender's office.
Ellen Wachtel?
Representing the estate of the late Murray Kaplan.
Sorry, Alan. I'm not tossing the criminal charges just so you can begin suing us in
Court still in
civil
session.
court.
Excuse me, do I have to point
Quiet
out
in
to
the
you
room.
that Murray Kaplan died a hero
Business
for
that
this
is
city?
not court business should be
Is this the
conducted
gratitude he
outside
gets
the
from
courtroom.
pauperism for his wife and his
Sir.
children?
Remove your
Well,
hat.
You're in my way.
Al, come on.
Excuse me. What's the problem here?
No problem, Your Honor.
Counselor Wachtel?
Yes, sir.
It's good to see you back in court.
Thank you, sir.
If you got a moment, I'd like to see you in chambers.
Certainly. See the heart of things, Irwin. See what would have been best for Murray Kaplan.
Okay, come on.
Uh-huh.
So you really liked him, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Stu.
He's a nice guy.
Anyway, I gotta tell you, I was worried that, I don't know, you would give me a hard time. I don't even give you the benefit of the doubt. You know something? I think you're really coming along. I mean, I think you're really developing a sense of warmth. Something wrong, John? So then why are you sitting there like you got a broken neck?
You know those little black spots that float around in your eye, and no matter how hard you try, you can never look at one?
Yeah.
Well, I got one balanced right in the middle, and I'm looking right at it.
That's great, Joe. That's really good. Maybe the sergeant should put this in roll call. It's good.
All units, vicinity Holyoke and Jefferson. You have a 417 escaped prisoner. All units, there is an officer down. Request immediate backup. Escaped prisoner is Nicholas Kasner, described as white male, 34, wearing light brown windbreaker.
Unbelievable. The guy escapes. Turn right here. It's faster.
take Telzeki to the hospital. The guy's got a gun on a woman in there. We got a unit 2 in the alley and back.
You in the house! This is the police! Come out of there now! Here you stink! What is she dead?
Now, you'll have to maintain your position. Our negotiating team has just arrived. He's ransacking the house looking for pharmaceuticals.
We know who he's got?
Mrs. Sheila Redding. She's a widow, 53. She works at the dry cleaners. It's her house.
What's he said?
He doesn't like the interior decor. We'll have a field phone set up in a jiffy. Oh, even as we speak, here. Throw the switch and dial 0.
What are the demands?
120 milligrams of dilaudid. I explained to Mr. Kasdan that the police do not supply narcotics.
Nicky?
She's got nothing in here, man. The dumb broad's got nothing in the house.
Nicky, come on out of there. We'll get you to the hospital. They'll take care of business.
Don't rag me, man. Don't. You get it in here, or I take care of business in here.
How much do you need?
I told you, 150 milligrams of dilaudid.
I heard 120.
120, Ben. Now get it in here.
How's Mrs. Redding?
She's cool for now. She's better than that cop.
He's alive. Move those people back behind the barrier. It's gonna be all right, Nicky. If we keep on this, everything's gonna be okay. But listen now, I need something from you. Back another 20 feet. I want you to give me a little of that cool you showed me before. We both need that now. You understand me, Nicky?
This broad, she keeps looking at me. I don't know. You see? You see there? You see?
Then don't look at her, Nicky. Don't pay any attention.
She keeps looking at me now. Where's my stock?
Okay. I'm gonna try and get it. Take it easy. You deployed?
Ready when you are, HG.
Not yet. Not yet.
What's it like?
I can bring them both out, Frank. Kasner and the woman.
I'm with you.
But I gotta get them high. Frank?
I'm listening.
He wants 120 milligrams of dilaudid. I contacted his girlfriend. I'm having her brought here, but she said it's his right dosage. Frank, it's all he wants. I think we can get him out clean.
Sort of.
Sort of, right.
I'll try to get you clearance, Henry.
Frank, don't hang me up with him.
I'll call you back in 2 minutes.
Straight shooting, Frank. How did I do?
Straight shooting?
He bloodied my nose once or twice, no question. But on the issues, the man is a functional illiterate. People are going to see that, don't you agree?
I think he licked you.
It's a damn Robson thing. He hung me out to dry. Never should have mentioned that letter. Einstein's idea.
Chief, we have a situation over on Jefferson. I'd like to get your authorization.
Frank, I want your best recollection. Was I involved in a single policy decision on the Robson matter?
Not to my knowledge.
You're damn right. Good for you. We're going to hit that hard in the morning papers, Frank. I did not make decision one.
Chief.
It was Mahoney. Guy's off the deep end. Thinks he knows my secret soul. Well-intentioned as Dennis may have been, he has made a botch of this department's decision-making that has got to come out.
Meaning you're back to making decisions?
Oh, candidate or not, I think I have to take up the reins.
We have an addict holding a hostage over on Jefferson. He's demanding narcotics.
Narcotics?
Henry believes they could buy some lives.
Henry does?
I believe we ought to authorize.
Well, I have to trust your judgment, Frank. Go ahead, then.
Chief, we have some talking to do.
Gotta go. We're clear on Robson.
Lieutenant Goldblum.
What did you think, Ray?
It was an interesting debate, Chief.
I missed you, Ray. I'm sorry you weren't there.
I am, too.
That Robson business, I thought Ozzy was a little out of line. Coming down to the wire, Ray. Time to stand up and be counted.
I'm sorry, Chief. I decided to vote for Ozzy.
That could be a mistake you'll regret.
If it is, I will live with it.
Your Davis just called in. They've got it. They're on their way.
She's a goner, man, and you did it!
Nicky? On the way. It's coming.
2 minutes! 2 minutes! I give 2 minutes!
Come on. Come on. That it? Yeah.
She's on the night a little.
Miss Ray?
I want to talk to Nicky. He loves me. Let me talk to Nicky. Nicky!
Shut up! Shut her up!
I got it!
Shoot. All right. Nicky? Nicky, I've got it.
You got it?
I've got the stuff.
Go through the window.
Nicky. You send Mrs. Redding out, then you get it.
No, I said don't through the window or I'll kill her!
No, sir. No, sir. Nobody's gonna die. You listen to me, Nicky? If that woman is harmed, I'll make sure you never get high again in your life. I swear it. She worth that, Nicky? No more dope?
Easy. No.
Throw it in, I'll let her go!
No. Mrs. Redding comes out first, then you get it.
It ain't fair!
Want to get high, you gotta pay the price.
I'll kill her!
Give me a rundown, Henry. I'm trying for an exchange. We get Mrs. Redding, he gets the drugs. He'll go for it.
All officers are to stay behind the cover of the vehicle. Throw it in!
We can take him. No.
He's still armed, Howard. Let's do it Henry's way.
Away now!
Right, Nicky, here it is.
That is your sedan on the west side. Please move it. Last warning. Those who do not keep clear of the court areas will be subject
Talk him out.
to arrest.
Tell him to throw out his gun.
Desiree, sweetheart, I got it.
No. It's me made him give it to you. I did it for you.
It's coming. is getting to me.
I love you, Nicky.
I love you.
Tell him to throw his gun out.
I don't want an OD out of this.
Why don't you come out, Nicky? I don't want anything happening to you in there. I love you so much, baby. Nicky? Oh, my God.
Nicky! Nicky!
I'm all right. You all right?
Hey, Gomez and Davis, what's your name home? Don't forget the field cards.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Party's over. 10's down.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I got your message.
But I said I was going to be late. I didn't think you would show up. I mean, it's okay. It's great. But you have to stick around. We got to finish up some stuff. Okay?
Hey, Doc.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
Good. How are the ribs?
Good. Hurts a little, you know, once in a while.
Anybody hungry?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you come to Mulligan's with us? We're going over there.
We might have had something more elegant planned, maybe.
Mulligan sounds good to me.
Doc, what do you think I ought to do about my poor flesh?
What's the problem?
Well, I just got it all scraped raw trying to get off some dye that got on it.
Cocoa butter and vitamin E.
How about that? Professional advice. I like this guy. I like
Come on, let's go eat.
Good work, Henry.
Thought we could get them both out. You were right. Didn't want another Hector Ruiz.
I know. You did the right thing.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.